周興澤，同朕再 check 下，睇下各地各省做埋欠稅。
We call this Chinese English code switching, the act of using Chinese and English together. Hi, I'm Wayne. In this video, I'm going to tell you whether Chinese English code switching is helpful for learning English based on word meaning, pronunciation, sentence structure, and accent. I'm going to focus on the tag switching type, the switching of either a tag phrase or a word, or both, from one language to another. And I'm going to divide them into Chinese dominant and English dominant. I'm going to first talk about Chinese dominant tag switching. It means that Chinese is a dominant language in the sentence. Most of the time, Chinese native speakers use this type of tag switching because that particular English word or phrase is very convenient or acceptable to use. For example, 我哋一齊去 canteen 食嘢啦。你有冇讀 biology 啊？你有冇 Facebook account? So is this type of tag switching a good way to learn English? In terms of word meaning, it does help. Like when using the examples above, you'd probably know the word meaning of canteen, biology, and Facebook account. In terms of pronunciation, it really depends. It's because sometimes the pronunciation of the English word and phrase used may be assimilated to a more Chinese-like pronunciation. For example, 可唔可以俾 sugar 我啊？你有冇讀 physics 啊？鍾唔鍾意食 apple 啊？ In 可唔可以俾 sugar 我啊？ Sugar becomes suga because there is no sh sound and sound in Cantonese. In 你有冇讀 physics 啊？ Physics becomes physics because there is no sound in Chinese. In 鍾唔鍾意食 apple 啊？ Apple becomes apple because there is no o sound in Chinese. In terms of sentence structure and accent, it doesn't really help, as this type of tag switching uses the Chinese sentence structure and accent. Here's the summary of using Chinese dominant tag switching to learn English. In terms of word meaning, it does help. In terms of pronunciation, it really depends. In terms of sentence structure and accent, it doesn't really help. Now I'm going to talk about English dominant tag switching. It means that English is a dominant language in the sentence. Most of the time, Chinese native speakers use this type of tag switching because that particular Chinese word or phrase is easier to understand in Chinese, doesn't have an English counterpart, or the speaker simply doesn't know its English counterpart. For example, I like eating siu mai very much. Hi, I'm Xiu Ming. How do you say sunbae in English? In terms of word meaning and pronunciation, it does help. Like when using the examples above, you'd probably learn the word meaning and pronunciation of all the English words included. In terms of sentence structure, it helps too, because you're using the English sentence structure, while the Chinese words used also fit the part of speech needed. In terms of accents, it helps too. Since it's English dominant and you're using the English sentence structure, the accent is more likely to be more English-like. Here's the summary of using English dominant tag switching to learn English. It helps in terms of all word meaning, pronunciation, sentence structure, and accent. Now, here's a summary of using Chinese and English dominant tag switching to learn English respectively. You can clearly see that English dominant tag switching excels in almost every aspect, and Chinese dominant tag switching has limited help in terms of learning English. So, the conclusion is that if we're trying to learn English, it's better to use English dominant tag switching. Do you agree with me? Tell me in the comment section below. And if you want to have a standard English accent, click the link below to get a free gift. This video ends here. See ya.